All right, so here we have a register page, and the register page is sending over the register over to a server, but the server is not listening, right? So it might not even be running. So let's head over there and let's make sure that the server is running and doing what it needs to be doing. So here I have a Java server. Let me make sure I am in the right branch. Okay, I'm the master branch. So what we're going to do is we need to be able to receive an incoming user, right? That's going to include the username and password. So we need a Java object to map that to. So let's create a data model for that user. So we'll create a user class, and in here we'll be receiving the username, right? So this will be private, and this will be an integer for the ID. We'll have maybe also the a string for the username. We'll have a private string for password, right? And let's keep it simple. Let's just use this this class right now. Then we'll also need a controller that's going to be listening for this incoming register. So let's create a controller here from Java, and we'll call it user controller. And the user controller, right, is going to be a RESTful controller, so REST controller. It needs to be listening for an incoming post mapping that is mapped to register, I believe, register. And what we're going to do is that we're going to receive, we are going to receive the user in the body, right? So in the request body, we're going to receive a user. And for now, just to make sure that we are receiving the data, we're just going to echo it back to the server, to the client, right, to see if we're getting what you sent, right? We're just going to return the user that you sent us, right? We're just going to echo it back to you, okay? We're probably going to need to configure course because it's coming from a different domain. So let's turn that on, cross origin, and we're going to say origins. Now, usually I would say star here. Okay, I would usually say that. But because we are using cookies and which are credentials and usernames and passwords, when you use credentials, we cannot use star. Right? You have to specifically say who are you allowing to log in. Right? You have to specify who you're going to allow in to the system. So we need to specify much more narrowly that we want localhost 3000. Okay. Also, the next thing is, again, because we are using cookies, right, for credential purposes, we also need to turn on allow credentials, right? Allow credentials needs to have the value true. So this is going to add things on the header for the communication and use of cookies to establish a session and whatnot. Okay. So let's run the server again. Start the server. Is there a question here? Oh, I was muted. See? Somebody muted me. All right, the server is up and running. All right, so I can head back to the client. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, but we can't see your screen.
Oh. How about now? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so I started the server. The server's up and running. Oh, it's complaining about something. What is it complaining about? Oh, EDT. All right, so we can quickly fix that, hopefully. Let's see. EDT, yada, 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 yada. Yeah, there's a time zone configuration that I always forget to put in there. I forget what it is. There's a time zone. Yeah, it's this one right here. Let me grab that. Server time zone. Let me configure that in the database. That's in the communication here. So that's a query server time zone. Let's start again. Okay, now it's running at 8080. Let's try now the register. So I clear that, and let's send a register. And it's running, coming back with a 500. Let's see what it's complaining about. No converter. Oh, you know what we forgot about our user, I believe. Our user, we never added setters and getters, right? It's all private, so it can't do the transformation. So let's add in the code, let's generate all the setters and getters. Okay, let's restart our server. Let's try that again. Let's go back to register, send register. Okay, notice that this time around, it didn't complain, and it's sending us back the username and password that we had in the field, right? So that looks promising.